Imagine it's 7:15 a.m. on a Wednesday. The alarm has been going off for exactly 15 minutes. You've hit snooze 3 times already. Your body is tired. Your mind is already exhausted, and you haven't even opened your eyes yet. You roll over. You check your phone. There are emails already, 14 of them. Some came at 11:30 last night. Your boss, Mark, sent 3 of them. He doesn't sleep. He expects you don't either. You get up. You shuffle to the bathroom. You brush your teeth. You stare at yourself in the mirror. The face staring back looks older than it should. You're 32. You look 45. You put on the same kind of clothes you wore yesterday. A button-down shirt, khaki pants, comfortable shoes. Nothing special, nothing that feels like you. Just clothes that meet the dress code. You grab a granola bar from the kitchen counter. You eat it while you're walking out the door. You don't have time for breakfast. You never have time. You get in your car. It's a 2019 Honda Civic. It's fine. It gets you where you need to go. It costs you $420 a month. You still have 3 years of payments left. You sit in traffic. Same highway, same exit, same parking garage. You swipe your badge. You take the elevator to the 6th floor. You sit down at your desk. The same desk you've sat at for 6 years. You open your computer. You start answering emails. And somewhere deep inside, you hear a voice. A quiet one you've been ignoring for years. Is this it? Is this really what you worked so hard for? Is this what the rest of your life looks like? Let me take you back to the beginning. You're 24 years old. You just graduated from the University of Texas at Austin. Business administration, marketing concentration. A degree you chose because it made sense. Because your parents were proud. Because your guidance counselor told you it was practical. Because everyone you knew was doing the same thing. Your cap and gown still smell like the rental place. Your student loan balance sits at $37,000. That number feels huge, but you're not worried. You have a job, a real job, a career. You got hired at a company called Apex Financial Solutions in Austin. It's a mid-sized firm, about 300 employees, specializes in helping people manage their retirement accounts and investments. A solid company. A company that people respect. A company your parents tell their friends about. Your first day is a Monday, September 6th, 2021. The Texas heat is still brutal. The air conditioning in your car is broken. You're sweating through your new dress shirt, the one you bought at the outlet mall for $45. It's too big in the shoulders, but you don't care. You're excited. You park in the visitor lot. The security guard gives you directions. You walk into the building. The lobby is clean. Polished floors, a large wooden desk. A receptionist smiles at you. She hands you a temporary badge. Your name on a badge. That means something. The elevator takes you to the 3rd floor. The doors open. You step out into an open office. Cubicles stretch in every direction. Gray fabric walls, fluorescent lighting, the hum of computers and air conditioning. A woman from HR meets you. Her name is Susan. She's in her 50s. She's been here for 18 years. She tells you that with a smile that says she's told that story 1,000 times. She walks you around, shows you the break room, the coffee machine, the 2 microwaves, the supply closet. Take what you need, she says, but don't tell anyone I said that. She leads you to your cubicle. It's in the middle of the floor, not near a window, not near the break room, in the middle. You'll always have to walk past a dozen other cubicles to get anywhere. Inside there's a desk, a computer monitor, a keyboard with keys worn smooth, a mouse, a Cisco phone, a small plastic plant someone left behind. Your welcome packet is waiting for you on the keyboard. 3 forms to fill out. A benefits guide, a company branded pen. You sit down in the chair. It squeaks, the hydraulic lift is loose, you sink down about 2 in. You adjust it. It sinks again. To your left, a man in his 40s with thinning hair is on the phone. His voice is low. He's talking about quarterly earnings. He sounds like he's done this 1,000 times. He probably has. To your right, A woman about your age is staring at a spreadsheet. She doesn't look up. Across the row, two people are having a quiet argument about a report. One is saying the numbers don't add up. The other is saying she doesn't care. She needs the report by noon. You take a deep breath. This is it. You made it. The first year was good. Really good. You were learning. You were meeting people. You were earning a paycheck, $51,000 a year. After taxes, about $38,000. After rent and student loans and car payments, there wasn't much left. But you were young. You had time. Your boss was Mark. Mark was 39. He wore his hair in a perfect side part. He had a black SUV. He came to work at 7 a.m. and left at 7 p.m. He was always in meetings. He was always on his phone. He was always stressed. Mark taught you the basics. He showed you how to use the company's software, how to log client calls, how to fill out the reports, how to send professional emails. Always start with, "I hope this email finds you well." He said, "It makes you sound polite." You nodded and wrote it down. You didn't know that you'd be writing that sentence 500 times over the next 6 years. Your mornings were busy. You answered emails. You returned client calls. You updated spreadsheets. You learned how to use Excel properly, pivot tables, VLOOKUPs, conditional formatting. You've never known these things existed. Now they were part of your daily life. Your afternoons were meetings, endless meetings, meetings about upcoming projects, meetings about meetings, meetings that could have been emails, but weren't. You sat in a conference room with glass walls. You watched your boss click through PowerPoint slides. You nodded when everyone else nodded. You took notes in a cheap spiral notebook. You learned the vocabulary. Let's circle back on that. I'll take it offline. Low-hanging fruit. Synergy. You said these words without thinking. They didn't mean anything, but they sounded like they did. That was the whole point. Lunch was 30 minutes. You brought a sandwich from home. Turkey and cheese on white bread. Maybe some chips, an apple. You ate at your desk. You scrolled through more emails. Sometimes you went to the break room. There was a TV. It was always tuned to CNN. Your coworkers complained about the same things. The coffee machine was broken. The air conditioner was too cold. The new expense report software was impossible. You complained, too. It felt like bonding. Your commute was 35 minutes each way. You drove from your apartment. You lived in a small one-bedroom in North Austin, $900 a month. A complex with beige walls and a pool that was always too crowded. You drove the same roads every day, the same traffic, the same exits, the same parking garage. Sometimes you sat in traffic for an extra 10 minutes. There was an accident or construction or just too many cars. You'd grip the steering wheel. You'd check the clock. You'd text your coworker that you'd be late. The thing about the commute is that you never really minded it at first. It was time to listen to a podcast. Time to call your mom. But after a while, you realized you had nothing new to think about. The thoughts were always the same. What should I have for dinner? I need to do laundry. I should call my mom again. How long can I keep doing this? On Fridays, things changed. People smiled more. They wore jeans. They left closer to 5 p.m. Sometimes you went out for drinks. A bar called the Rusty Tap near the office. Cheap beer, fried appetizers. Your coworkers told the same jokes. You laughed at the same jokes. It was fine. It was normal. On Sundays, the dread started. Around 4:00 p.m., a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach. You'd check your email. You'd see something from Mark. Quick question, or heads up for tomorrow. You'd feel your heart sink, the Sunday scaries. Everyone talked about them like they were inevitable, like they were part of being an adult, like you just had to accept them. Year 2 came faster than you expected. The excitement was gone. You had learned everything there was to learn in your role. You could do the reports in your sleep. You could run the meetings without thinking. You could answer emails without even reading them. The work had become automatic. You found yourself staring at the clock more often. 9:32 a.m., 10:14 a.m., 11:05 a.m., 12:00 p.m., 1:18 p.m. The minutes moved like sand through an hourglass. Drip, drip, drip. You could feel them slipping away. Hours that you'd never get back. You tried to make things more interesting. You suggested a new system for tracking client feedback. You built a prototype on a Saturday afternoon, a simple Notion page, a shared database. It would have saved everyone hours of back and forth emails. You showed it to Mark in a one-on-one meeting. That's interesting, he said. But let's stick with the current process. The client is used to it. You closed your laptop. You walked back to your cubicle. You stared at your screen for the rest of the afternoon. Mark wasn't a bad person. He was just comfortable. He had been here for 11 years. He had a mortgage.